Late night, wide awake, laying here alone.
Yeah.
1 o'clock
Oh, there it
on
is.
the dial when I call and she ain't picking up a phone. A couple hours later, get a call from her saying that she'll be home in the morning.
Hey guys, this is Brendan with the Reno Fly Shop, and today we'll be going over how we set up a slip indicator rig, when to use it, and how we use it. All right, so starting from the top, we have a 20-foot section of 13-pound fluorocarbon that we have a loop at the top to connect to your fly line loop. So we have a loop-to-loop connection. And then just below that loop, we have the bobber stoppers, which are right there. And these are adjustable, right? So depending on the depth of the water that we're fishing, we can adjust these accordingly. And then just below that, we have a free sliding indicator. So this indicator will slide throughout the leader, and then once we get our depth and we've set our bobber stoppers correctly, it'll stop right there and sit right there while we're fishing. As we go further down the leader, we'll come to the tippet ring. So this is our 20-foot leader down to our tippet ring right here. There's a tippet ring, and just below that tippet ring we have our 4X tippet. And then when setting up the slip indicator rig, we need some weight to get our flies down and get this 20-foot leader section down deep. So we'll add a nice heavy split shot, whether that's an SSG or a couple AAAs or whatever works to get your setup down deep fast. Just below the tipper ring, about 2 feet, we have our first tag end, and we'll attach our first fly there, whether it's a leech or a chironomid. Those are both great flies for fishing still water. And we'll attach those with a loop knot. Just below that, about 3 or 4 feet, we'll attach our second fly, again with a loop knot, and that's a chironomid or a leech will be perfect for that. Now that we've gone over how we set up the slip indicator rig, we're gonna go over when we fish it and why we fish it. So we like to fish this rig during the spring, summer, and fall months when the water temps are rising and the fish go down deeper. This rig allows us to fish, 15 feet and deeper, which is where those fish typically are holding during those spring, summer, and fall months. Why we fish it, again, we want to get our flies down deep where those fish are holding. Typically in the spring, summer, and fall, they're holding a few feet off the bottom of the floor of the lake. So we want to have our flies dangling in that area, and that's how we catch a lot of fish. All right, so the first step in fishing the slip indicator rig is we need to adjust our depth and get our depth correct for the area that we're fishing. So I'm going to attach this weight right here to the bottom fly. I'm going to toss that overboard. That weight will go all the way down to the bottom, and then we'll wait till my bobber stops hit the top of that indicator. If the indicator's floating like that, that means our setup is too deep, so we're going to move those bobber stoppers down. We want that bobber to be 2 feet underneath the surface of the water. So we're going to slide those guys down, just grabbing all 4 of them. Give that a shot, drop it back down. Bobber's going down. Now we're about 2 feet underneath the surface of the water, so that way when I remove that weight from the bottom fly and that bobber comes up to the surface of the water, that bottom fly is going to be dangling about 1.5 feet off the bottom of the surf, off the bottom. So now we got that all set up, strip back up, take off this weight, drop my setup back in, and now we're fishing.